Hey guys, Ashlane here, episode 176. Today we're going to be talking about executing the double jump GoWiWi strategy. So double jump keys, the biggest factor is point of engagement, right? Where you attack from given the base that you're going against, right? So the priority list, the way to really easily tell where to go into in a base is 1, you want to trigger the clan castle outside the center of the base. 2, engage the archer queen outside the center. 3, engage Inferno, one at a time, and always into the multi-Inferno if it's an option, and most importantly, always trace your golem path before you actually drop the troops. So let's go in this base, for example. The reason I give you that priority list is because those are what I'm looking at first. The first things first is I want to engage that clan castle troops at a point in the base where I won't have to go against all 3 X-bows and the Archer Queen and the Inferno Towers. So Clan Castle in this attack is going to take priority over the Archer Queen, which would be my second priority. And third would be going into the Infernos one at a time. So you can see here I executed the double jump to lead the golems. You can see there's a clear path for them into the center here. You can see this is a normal raid, not a war attack, so there's not a lot of planning. You only have 30 seconds, obviously. But allowing a little bit of a time and using a spread deployment on the wizards actually helps a lot to keep that distance there. As you can see, the golems have triggered all the giant bombs, and all the wizards and witches are still alive. So the golems are going to stay alive. Don't panic and worry about the golem health. You really have to worry about letting them trigger all the bombs possible and giving them plenty of space to start soaking up all that defensive attention. And then you can see your units will get into the center there, and it's about 35%, 38%. Town Hall's down, and I always carry 2 archers and 6 minions, and I always leave 2 wizards behind as well to help with the sniping duties. Because sometimes on this attack, like this for example, you end up with, around 40 to 45%. You have to do a little bit of sniping because it is such a funnel-type force where your troops are all creating a funnel with the double jumps. Now, it's important to note that with 5 golems, a lot of the sniping has to be done mid-raid. You can't hold off until everything's over. So, not in this raid, for example, but another one I'll show you. I always try sniping very early on. You can see here I've got some minions. The traps are set to air, which is kind of rare. This high-end champion, I think at this point I was around 4,000 or so cups. This is a war attack now. I did use same strategy, same troops exactly with the, well, I have 5 minions instead of 6, but they're pretty much the same thing. Now on this one, you're going to see, I want to engage that clan castle, but there's no easy way to engage clan castle and queen separately, so I decided to take a little bit of an unorthodox approach and attack from the northwest. And I kind of want to go in to engage the queen right away, and I'll still be able to get that clan castle. I figure I'll trigger it with my golems as my troops are attacking the queen. So this is a slight variation, but on that second jump spell, I could have used it a little bit closer to that Inferno Tower. I think I would have placed it right over here, but you'll see how it pans out. It actually works out just fine. So here's the first jump spell. As you can see, I deploy the wizards right away afterwards, but I do use that wide spread, and I kind of funnel in the rest. I'm still sitting on 10 wizards at this point, you can see. So there comes the rest of the wizards. The giants are triggering all the bombs, and just as I planned here, even though I wasn't necessarily right into the clan castle troop engagement, I was able to still engage them while I was out of most of the X-bow and Tesla's Inferno Tower. There was only one Inferno Tower really aiming at my DPS at that point. More importantly, my troops all get to the center, and this strategy, if you haven't used it yet, I know I've covered it quite a few videos because really it's my favorite attacking strategy in the game right now. And the reason it's so people are hesitant to use it is because it's very, very scary going into 2 multi-Inferno towers with a bunch of wizards and witches when you don't have free spells. A lot of people are very hesitant, but as you can see from these replays, it's actually very, very effective. I mean, there's a few strategies you can use to deter Inferno Towers. First of all, there shouldn't be that much panicking going on, that much to worry about, primarily because all those 5 golems are actually 10 meat shields, because you have 5 golems, 1 for each beam of the Inferno Tower. So 5 golems, if you can get them in range of the Inferno Tower, will soak up all 5 beams from a multi-Inferno. Now, even if they're in range of 2 Inferno Towers, they're going to soak up all all 10 beams as long as they're the first units to go in there. Now, if they die and explode, that creates Golemites, and Golemites are now 10 meat shields for the Inferno Towers. So don't worry about the Inferno Towers without the free spell. It's totally doable, as you can see from these raids. I've done it tons of times, and it works just fine. So this one, a little bit of a different base, a little bit of a teaser variance, southern teaser, even though it is closed off. I'm going to come in due east here. Once again, creating a nice wide spread. I did have a golem in my clan castle this time. I usually don't do that, but I think it was I was at work doing this raid, so it was just trying to get in and out here. So you can see the golems once again triggering the clan castle, triggering the giant bombs, and taking the attention of the queen. And it gives the rest of my troops plenty of time to catch up there. And there they go into the center. I bring 2 rage spells. I use the first rage spell pretty early on. The second rage spell is going to be used as I get closer to the town hall. There you go, second rage spell. Now, if you'll notice here, I'm going to pop the Barbarian King ability a little bit earlier than I need to, right there. That's another strategy you can use. It was actually right there, but that's another strategy you can use to help distract rather the multi-Inferno Towers, because summoning all those little barbarians gives the wizards a little bit more cover, because the idea is to create as many targets as possible for the multi-Infernos before so they don't attach onto the wizards and witches, all your DPS units. So guys, I hope you can see from these replays, against max bases, most of them, I mean this one's totally maxed, that it's a very viable strategy. If you're struggling with GoWiWi or GoWiWi, I highly recommend giving this a shot, because, I mean, it's pretty basic. The strategy keys are pretty basic, and it's worked well for me. So guys, good luck. Tell your clanmates about me, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, and stay tuned for daily content. Take care, guys.